Right, it's about the 8th of January, in for another hunt. I was back in here just after Christmas and got within 24 yards of a pig, but he was rooting around in a bush, and she, not sure, and I'd seen him on the ridge earlier and did a stalk down, but they're out of sight for a while, and they'd moved, and I ended up coming in downhill at them and upwind of them. So my scent was blowing up towards them, and eventually got the scent and then buggered off into the bushes. So it was a bit of a bugger. Saw a few deer, but they're all far too far away for a shot with the bow. So we're coming back in again and see how we go this time. Alright, here we are, campsite for the night. What do you think, Lily? We walked far enough? Right, so camp's all set up, and dog's having a sleep over there. She's a bit knackered. Got in pretty good time today. Last time I came in I just had COVID, so fairly struggled coming in. The old lungs and the legs weren't working too well, but today was a lot better, so good for that. It's only just gone 2 o'clock, so I'll wait around here for a couple of hours. I think probably head out about 4 o'clock. That'll give the deer time to get moving and that sort of thing. So we'll have a bit to drink, a little bit to eat, and go from there. It's just after 4 o'clock, headed out for the evening hunt. I've managed to see one deer way off in the distance so far, so there's nowhere near close enough to be able to even get to. It's probably 1,000 yards away across the valley, but it's good to see there's at least one deer sitting out in the sun at the moment. So we'll just slowly make our way along and see what we manage to see. So it's 4:38. I mean, I don't know, glassing for about half an hour or so. Managed to pick up 3 deer so far, which is more than I thought. It's quite early, but it was raining pretty much Friday night, all day yesterday, and then possibly this morning as well. So obviously a few animals out getting the sun, but of course they're all miles and miles and miles away. So there's one on my side of the valley, and but it's a long way off and quite a way lower down. So we'll just keep an eye on it for a bit and cross our fingers something comes out a little bit closer. But it comes to like 6-7 o'clock and I haven't seen anything else. We might start moving down that way and see what we can see. Right, it's now just after 6 o'clock and I've seen 4 deer now. I've got another youngish stag probably come out on my side of the valley, but he's right down the far side of the face and right down the bottom. And I'm not going to go for him just yet. I'll give it a bit of time and see if something comes out a little bit sooner, because I'd have to traverse the whole face and it would just spook it all up. So I'll sit tight for a bit longer and see what happens. Young stag is way down on the ridge line, a bit down there-ish. Now that boy is a lot closer to me than the others. Right, so I've just seen that stag down on that face, and he's probably half the distance of the far one. And so we'll start dropping down and see what we can do. It'll be a bit of a climb up out of there, and we'll keep our eye out just in case there's something comes out closer on the way in. Yeah, well, I stuffed that up. Got down roughly to where he was, couldn't see him. Thought he might have fed around the ridge, and I had been thinking, oh, I'll just sit there and wait and see if he feeds back towards the gut where I am. But I couldn't see him, and I thought, oh well, it's getting late. Sidled across above him and made a bit too much noise, and looked down, and there he was looking up at me. Could just see his head at about I don't know, 50, 60 yards sort of thing. He stood and watched me for a bit and then he fucked off. So, yep, screwed that one up. Right, he was just down there, probably around about down in there sort of thing. Damn it. Alright, it is about 8:30 and I've seen 9 deer for the night. Obviously got the one I stalked in on, all the rest are just far too far away to be able to do anything about. So yeah, nothing in view from that I can see, nothing in range, so we'll just slowly head back to camp and get up and do a morning hunt. Get up about 4:15, something like that, and see how that goes. Alright, back at camp. It's nearly 9:30, so a bit of clouds starting to come in, so hopefully it's not cloudy in the morning, and see what happens. So I got the old dinner cooking, fed the dog, she's fast asleep, and yeah, probably won't be too much further behind her. Well, let's see what the morning brings. Alright, so we've had the morning hunt, saw 9 deer, mainly hinds and fawns. Well, I'm not counting the fawns in that 9, and one definite stag, one possible stag, the first animal I saw this morning. But yeah, none anywhere near within range, all miles away. And I wouldn't stalk on a hind and a fawn at the moment anyway. Fawns are far too young. So yeah, so it's getting on towards 7 o'clock. It's just after 7, so heading back up to camp now and have breakfast and pack up and mooch on out. Will be the trick, I think. So yeah, didn't get an animal, surprise surprise, but I had an eventful trip, so saw a few animals, so not too bad.